LeBron James has now lost 70% of the audience due to his social justice nonsense. 70%. Here you have it right in front of us. Clay Travis, NBA ratings for Game 3 were down an unbelievable 70% from the last time LeBron was in the finals 2 years ago. Hey, Mark Cuban, why so quiet? I need you to tell me how these are phenomenal numbers and everyone is thrilled with them. 70%, ladies and gentlemen. This is social justice right here. This is what social justice nonsense does. This is what happens when you pander to the far left wing. This is what happens when you pander to criminals. This is what happens when you spread lies and manipulation. LeBron James has lost 70% of his audience. That is unbelievable. It's almost hard to process. But that is the reality of the situation. We continue to tell you this is going to happen. Clay Travis has been at the forefront of telling you this is going to happen. And so many others have been out there telling you this. You have seen the woke media sit there and say, the NBA ratings aren't down. There's no problem. There's no issues going on. There's nothing wrong. The NBA is doing great. It's just a bunch of people out there making up lies. It's not. It is a fact that the NBA has pushed away its audience due to social justice nonsense and the fact that LeBron James, the face of the league, has insulted the audience over and over and over again, and people are sick and tired of it. I have not watched one NBA game in the playoffs, and I'm covering sports. I have watched the NFL because I do have a certain level of interest in the NFL. While they have pissed me off, but they have clearly dialed it back. But even I could overcome some of the nonsense that they have been sharing. With NBA, can't watch it. I can't do it. I have lost all respect for LeBron James as a human being and as a basketball player because his legacy has everything to do with what he has done to the NBA. You will never ever be in the GOAT conversation, LeBron James, ever. I am disqualifying you from being in my top 5. Not because of your on-the-court play, because on the court, LeBron James is one of the greatest players ever. He'll never beat Jordan, but he's one of the greatest players ever. But when you enter in what he has done to this league and how terrible and how bad of an impact his nonsense has had, you have to put that into the equation. So because LeBron James has single-handedly destroyed the NBA with his nonsense, I am disqualifying him from my top 5 conversation. He doesn't belong in there. He doesn't deserve to be in there because this is part of his legacy. He has destroyed his legacy. He has destroyed the league. Now, let's take a look at Karen Revell. Karen Revell had a meltdown yesterday on Twitter, and Karen's been melting down for a long time now. But remember when they told us that the NBA ratings weren't bad? Remember when they told us that they weren't having issues? Now they finally have to admit that they do have issues. Now they have to admit that the NBA ratings are terrible. The same ratings that you told us weren't terrible, now you're having to admit that they are. And here's Karen Revell. NBA Finals ratings being at an all-time low is due to the fact that the NBA Finals game without a crowd is not a great product. What happened to the fact that it wasn't down? I thought you said it wasn't down. I thought you told us it wasn't down. Of course it was a lie. Of course you were trying to spin it. And here you are now. You're admitting that you were lying. And now you're admitting that the ratings are at an all-time low. But now you're trying to spin why they're at an all-time low. This is the woke sports media right here. They continue to spin. They continue to manipulate. They continue to blame everyone but themselves. It is absolutely ridiculous. The media is corrupt. The media is the enemy of the people. And that doesn't just go for CNN and MSNBC. That goes for ESPN. Woke sports media is a disease to sports. They don't love sports. They all wanted sports to shut down, all because they want to sit around in their mask and cry in a corner because of the beer bug, because CNN told them that the beer bug was bad. Absolutely ridiculous. But going back to LeBron James losing 70% of his audience is truly fantastic. It's truly unbelievable. This might be his greatest accomplishment right here. There is no way you can lose 70% of your audience without being one of the most insane douchebags of all time. Like, this is unreal. Even Disney Star Wars, as bad as it was, it lost 50% of its audience, which is terrible. It's horrible. But 70%? 70? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Congratulations, LeBron James. You have done something that no other athlete in our lifetimes would have been able to do. You have lost 70% of your audience. Unbelievable. This is the result of what happens when you spew nonsense, when you push identity politics, when you attack the President of the United States, when you attack your audience, and when you forget that you are paid to do one thing: shut up and dribble. You forgot that, LeBron James. And now, because you don't shut up and dribble, now because you spew nonsense, yet as soon as China tells you to shut up and dribble, you shut up and dribble. But when it comes to the USA, where you're allowed to speak your mind, you spew nonsense and BS and propaganda, and people are tired of it. Thank you guys for checking out this video. We appreciate it. Hope you guys are having a great day. We're closing in on 70,000 subs here on Sports Wars. Amazing support. It's amazing. Our numbers are going up. LeBron's going down. That's a pretty beautiful scenario, if you ask me. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.